Canadian teen book lovers. Welcome to week 6 of my marathon of books. I can't believe it's week 6 already. I read a lot of great books this week, and so I'll try to get through them pretty quickly because there's a big stack. First up, we have Chasing Freedom by Gloria Ann Weasley. This is a pretty comprehensive book on slavery in the 1700s, and it kind of fits in between Underground to Canada by Barbara Smucker and The Book of Negroes by Lawrence Hill, although I would say it's definitely closer to the Lawrence Hill end of the scale, and it would be for older teen readers. But it was very well done. I thought it was very insightful on what the exploration of what freedom actually is. So, give it a shot. Next up we have Home Truths by Jill McLean, another Jill McLean book. A little different style than Nix -1, but equally compelling characters, even though Brick is not exactly the most sympathetic character all the time. He has this little sister who just brings out his softer side and really helps humanize him as a character. And it's all about his growth from being a bully to recognizing that he's usually the one being bullied and deciding to make a difference in his own life and make different choices. It's also about abuse. It's not always the easiest read because there are some pretty graphic scenes in it. So again, for mid to older teens. Next up is Bittersweet by Laura Best, which I just loved because it was sweet at the heart of it. It was beautifully written, and I love the character of the mother, and it was very sad when, the mother is sick for most of the book and then dies, of course. But it's a good story about the power of family and trying to figure out who you can trust when you're on your own. Pluto's Ghost I read yesterday. It is about a guy named Jake who is an older teen and is dealing with lots of issues concerning what he calls learning variations and impulse control and anger issues. But the one thing that really helps him with all these things is his girlfriend Sky, because they are deeply in love. So one day when Sky and her mother disappear, Jake is so overwhelmed and caught up because he's hearing all these rumors about what might have happened to her, and he decides that he must do something. And his impulsivity leads him to make some pretty bad choices and makes him end up being charged for a crime that he didn't actually commit. So I love this book because it was so different from my own experience, and Sherry Fitch really puts you right into Jake's skin and helps you see the world from his perspective. It was amazing. So I hope you'll pick it up. Last but not least, my last Dawn Acker book on the marathon of books, which makes me a bit sad, but by far my favorite one, The Space Between. And it's about Jace, who is turning 18 on his vacation to Mexico, and his main goal is to lose his virginity. And even though it sounds like it's going to be a comedy because of that fact, it's actually not. It's actually a very sensitive story about guilt and grief and just trying to figure things out and trying to say the things that need to be said. And I really appreciated it. I thought it was an excellent job, and Acker is very, very sensitive in his portrayal of serious themes. So it was great. For book news this week, We are up to $9,000 in donations, which is wonderful. I want to thank everyone that's been donating lately and everyone who's continuing to get the word out. That's excellent. Next week is the Reading for the Love of It conference on February 20th and 21st, and I will be going with the Canadian Children's Book Center. So if you're going, look for me there because I would love to talk about the Marathon of Books with you. We'll have flyers and other stuff, so please feel free to drop by the Canadian Children's Book Center exhibit. Also, Friday is Valentine's Day, which is also International Book Giving Day. So I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but my plan has always been to donate the books that I receive for the Marathon of Books to my local hospital when I'm done, local children's hospital. So since Friday is International Book Giving Day, I would encourage you to look at your local hospitals and think about donating books to there. Obviously, you should probably contact them first to make sure they are taking donations, but books are always appreciated in a hospital setting. I speak from experience. My stats this week are books read 42 out of 365, pages read 9,218, kilometers traveled is 921.8, and hours of reading, I breached the 100 mark. It's 109 hours and 15 minutes, which is pretty exciting. I hope all of you have a great Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is very special in my family because it's the day that I received my liver transplant back in 1988. So this year it will be 26 years, which is very exciting. So I wish all of you a happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you have a great week. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.